Oh yeah, I got it. I was
6,
playing on
7,
headphones. That's the first time I ever do that in
0.
like a long time.
You've been monologuing. Right, let's skip the monologuing. Do not look at the ending. But that's why we're here! Nice. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna recommend
This
like
bit was
not
hot.
doing
This bit was
Doc's
also
way
very hot.
because that's hard. I'm gonna actually
This
turn on.
was
I'm gonna
amazing.
mute you just so that I don't end up hearing myself and yourself at the same time. Yeah, the shrimp is the big one. What you fucker? Right. So like a lot of like Doc's new run, his world record actually does a lot of hop tech, which it's very hard to do properly. So I will ignore that advice just now because I have to learn it myself. And generally, it's probably not required to get God. It's a very hard one, but it's just subtle things, really. I mean, this start's fine. I would do the start this way. One thing in general to note, you probably know it anyway, but it's just like you're almost looking to have like the cannon effectively clipping in the wall slightly as you're going through it. On this corner, I actually feel it's better almost if rather than you sort of clipping through like this corner, you want to be almost so that it's like you come from a slightly wider angle and you're clipping this corner slightly. I think it gives you a slightly better angle round. And it's kind of what's happening here. You see the ghost take off ahead of you here. But that's hard to obviously get every time anyway. So, did you see Doc's ending? Oh, it's mad. It's subtle things as well. It's like, I think you're maybe slightly delayed in transitioning into your next RMT here as well. Like you maybe could tighten up like a couple of frames or so earlier, just slightly earlier. And again here, it's like get this one close to clip. It's like you're really looking to be like virtually clipping through corners here. So again, really focus on that one, and again, he almost got it with that ghost. Much better. This corner was really good though. And yeah, this one better. And then that's where you save time. Mono MTs, nice. Oh no. Like you just weren't aggressive enough. Simple as that. Push, push, push. And like I say, you want the cannon of the tank just clipping corners where possible. So you're not end up flying wide like this. Like really aggressive here. Less of a drift. The ending's fine. It's just, yeah. One thing to bear in mind as well, there's an alternative way you can do this. If you find it easier, what you can do is instead of hopping, you can just slide into the grass and then trim earlier, but charge an MT while you're doing this drift. So that then when you get here, you can release the MT about here and then let the steering take you around. I think that's how I got the God time actually. But I think it's probably better to do it this way. Just really push in to the corners. I think this is one corner where it's like you should kind of just be touching both points. That's how I view some of the corners anyway. So this one touching this point rather than this point maybe so much. More this one. And then try not to steer for too long round here. Get yourself open a bit earlier if you can. Just a fraction earlier. Don't forget to maximise the use of this part of the road as well. I don't know what you call this, but you maximise your use of that as well. Push in closer. And then this point, here. I mean, this is how precise it has to be to get the god time. Is like focusing on silly little stuff like this. This point here, focus on that. This is pretty good though, and then this is pretty good, and then sort out the shroom, and that's pretty much it really. It's just more aggressive hop, and don't drift the hop really. I think the fact that you drifted it probably messed you up as well. So yeah, that's probably most of what there is to it really. Is there any further questions, I suppose? But otherwise, because of the nature of how it is, there's very little difference between a run that's God and a run that's like a high 0.5. There's almost no difference. You know, like a 0.5 is a very precise lap. So hopefully that's helped a bit. I must admit my brain's starting to shut off a bit now. All this lore, and it's just my brain's starting to turn into eggs, fried eggs. But thanks to everyone who submitted runs to be ridiculed and coached.